Alright guys, these are easily some of the coolest misprints we've featured so far, so I'm really excited to get into them. We've got a little bit of a different formatting here. I tried to put the misprint on the left-hand side of the screen and then on the right sort of identify what's different about it or what's, the misprints are so that you guys get a better sense. Thank you so much to everyone who went ahead and submitted these. These are really like some super unique ones. I actually posted this and actually put out a request for anyone that had some unique misprints to show off, and I got, I think it was over like 50 submissions, so it would have taken way too much time to put a video together with all of those submissions, but obviously people are enjoying it and the series has done well so far, so it will definitely continue. But today is the third installment, and today we're going to look at some more unique misprints, and as I go along I will feature just a few sort of comments that have been passed along to me by the owners of these cards that have been so kind as to post them where applicable. So first up is this really cool Junk Warrior. This is a sealed Synchron structure deck. So I believe this released back in 2009. So it's been quite a long time since, this deck came out. But you can see the seal wrapping around the outside, and the name stamp is doubled, not quite overlaid on top of one another, which is just cool in general, like to see how, how the misprint is so prevalent on this. But it's also sealed, so it's not opened, which means it's just a cool collector's item that is probably worth what I would imagine is a decent amount. The person who submitted this did not specify whether or not he had ever received any offers on this or anything of the sort, but it's super cool, and I figured it was definitely a neat one to start out with. Alright, this next one is actually insane. So this is a Cyber Emergency Secret Rare from Battles of Legend Relentless Revenge. As you can very clearly see, something happened in the printing process. This is not the frame covering this up. This is actually what the card looks like. So off to the right, so much of the card has just an insane miscut that looks like it's still attached to part of the other card, meaning that someone probably got a card that has a small amount of Cyber Emergency on it. In addition to being a pretty pricey card in general, like this card in its mint condition non-misprint is like $30 or something like that because it sees play in decks like Drytron and generally is just a really solid card that people want to chase down in their highest rarity. It's it's a really cool misprint. This one, I don't know whether or not he had actually received any offers on this significantly, but it was way too cool not to feature. It's definitely one of the most significant miscuts that I've seen, and it's just really neat. I also wonder what the other card would look like, the person who got whatever the next card in this sheet was. Definitely another neat one to look at. So this next one is actually insane. I know I'm probably saying that a lot, but this Vice Dragon is wild. So for those of you who don't know the backstory behind this Vice Dragon, this was originally supposed to be released as a promo with a dual disc toy in the US. There was a Raging Battle Special Edition that released around the same time, and very, very scarcely, these ultra rare Vice Dragons actually appeared in those Raging Battle Special Editions as a promo. I don't know the exact number, but it was somewhere around, like, I think 1 in 5, 6 cases. They were not easy to find. Even back then, they were valuable. Nowadays, I don't even know what a set price would be on one of these. I think it still had the set code for the dual disc promo, but I'm not sure. And honestly, I don't know if the dual disc promo ever was actually released. So a quick Google search just tells me that this card was actually, it looks like the dual disc toy never actually came out, or if it did, it was very limited quantities. There are no active listings of this card on TCG Player or eBay as far as I could find. The most recent listing I could find as far as what a price may have been at one point, it was priced at $379 on Troll and Toad's website, but it has been out of stock for quite some time. That's probably much higher now, and this is a misprint one with a name shift. So it's not only an insanely rare card just to see, it's actually misprinted on top of that, which makes it truly one of a kind, and I have no idea what this price would even begin to look like. I'm sure that, the owner has gotten requests. You can check him out, Misprint Prints on Instagram. Some of you who might be interested in misprints or in the misprint community probably know this gentleman quite well. He has an impressive collection, and it's hard to, just pick and single out some of his as I go through and do these videos, but this one is truly one of a kind and just an absolutely insane throwback with some really cool Yu-Gi-Oh history behind it because, again, like I said, Vice Dragon is not, it hardly exists. You won't see these commonly at all in this rarity. So this next one's a unique test card. I've never seen anything like it, and I don't know what's up with the barcode going down the middle, but you can tell it is a Starfoil Rare. It looks like it may have been a test sheet to test the Starfoil rarity, or maybe it's just a card that was misprinted. Don't know the full backstory behind it, but the person who owns it actually went ahead and made a post about it, talking about how it's really nice in person, extremely rare. There are a few rarer ones, he said, but this is definitely a test print post, and he said it's one of his favorite. Again, you can check him out on Instagram as well. I've got the name down there. There are some just ridiculously cool misprints that have been submitted, and to think that these cards exist and to like see what the values would be on these is absolutely wild. So this looks like there's only 2 confirmed to exist in the world. It's a pop 2, unless more have come out or people don't know about it yet, but that's just a wild test card in general to have, especially with that. Next one, this is, I don't even know how to explain this one. As you can see, it's a Junk Warrior and a Gaia Knight, the Force of Earth, from the structure deck, the original structure deck that came out, but they are also labeled with poker cards, or playing cards, however you want to call that. This must have been printed at the same time as, you know, another game or card game or something. A bit of research into this tells me that a Belgian company, Cartamundi, who actually prints TCG cards in Europe, were also printing poker cards at the same time they were working on this, and it seems as though there was an error or a crossover. I've never seen a misprint like this, and the creator of this, who I've also tagged on Instagram, who created this post and went ahead and submitted these, did state there is also a Colossal Fighter that exists from this same set. I did not have photos of it. It would have been really cool to see, but these are, I mean, these are insane and truly one of a kind, but like poker cards mixed with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, you gotta wonder how that works and whether or not there was any QC going on in the factory at the time when this happened. Now, this next one, I think we may have featured one of them previously, or there's just multiple alternates of this set out there, but this is just a beautiful, beautiful series of cards. 2 Ultimate Rare Solar Recharges with the Ultimate Foil Shift basically down left on the card. That's just a wild aesthetic to look at, and a Lila to go with it. Unfortunately, they are unlimited, but I don't think that matters. These are going to be insanely valuable, and they were just wild. Like, owning these, I feel like, would just be such a cool thing to have, and I imagine that there's probably been tons of offers on these, given the uniqueness of the misprint. No data on how many of these exist, or whether or not this is like the only ones from the set to have been known to be like this, but still a really awesome contribution to the video from the gentleman who submitted it. This one is cool, and honestly, it's such an awesome one, and it was one of my favorites, but just in comparison to like the past few, it's hard to transition and have it hold up. But this is Gearfried the Iron Knight from Pharaoh's Servant, Unlim. Thousand Eyes Restricts name is right across the middle if you can't see it, with the about, I don't know, a third of the way through the card from the bottom, and this is just super cool. It's obviously a super rare with the ultra foil printing. The gentleman who submitted this did not have a Instagram or anything to credit, but I really do appreciate putting it out there. This is one that's just awesome to take a look at, and one of my favorites. It's simplistic, but it's cool, and Gearfried, you gotta love Gearfried. He's an iconic one. Alright, this next one kind of blows my mind. So, this is a Elemental Hero Flare Neos, and this is the card. It is not whited out. This is actually what it looks like. This is a unique tester card, and it is basically a blank card with the Eye of Anubis, first edition text, and Elemental Hero Flare Neos at the top. The person who posted this one did say that it's the only one he's been able to confirm exists, so it's a pop 1, but it looks like it's from the Duelist Pack 3 sheet, so there may be other cards from Duelist Pack 3, which was one of the Jaden Duelist Packs, that are similar to this, but I couldn't find any as I looked around, and it's obvious that this was a filler card that got released. I don't know whether or not the person who posted this has others. There actually may be others, and if there are, maybe I'll feature them in a future video if it's something people are interested in seeing. But the idea that there's a whole sheet out there with errors like this would be really fucking awesome to see, I think. So I'll definitely see what I can find on that as far as additional information if you guys enjoy it. Next one, Traptrix Mantis Secret Rare. So if you're looking at this wondering when did this come Secret Rare, it didn't. This is actually from Code of the Duelist. It was a super, but it came out around the same time, or at least with a gap in time similar, probably about 6 months, to when Battles of Legend Light's Revenge came out, so there were sets getting the Prismatic Secret Rare foiling. I have been able to confirm that there are other Code of the Duelist cards that got the Prismatic like this as well, but I do not have any pictures of them to show you guys at this time, unfortunately. The person who owns this did say he has gotten some extremely high offers on this card before, has no intent of selling, but why would you? I mean, this is one of the more unique. To think that it's a rarity that not only didn't come in the set, but like for just a card that doesn't come in that rarity. So, you know, if he owns the only secret rare Traptrix Mantis, at least that's known, that's unique in and of itself. And so this was one that was just super unique. I thought you know, I have to showcase this one. We showcased some of the other prismatic ones in previous videos, like Galaxy Soldier, and I know Raiden Hand of the Lightsworn is another one that came prismatic. Those were error prints from Battles of Legend Light's Revenge, but they were all around this time, and somebody was having a lot of fun with the prismatic secret rare foiling machine, I suppose, at Konami headquarters. For the last one today, this one is wild, and it may not be super easy to see, but these are actually all misprints, and the baby Cerasauruses that are up top here, all three of them. I'm going to see if I can make it a little bit bigger for you guys just as we go through the video here, because this is insane to me. This is 3 baby Cerasauruses. They all have different names, and those names, as you can see in just a second as I make this bigger, are Alien Warrior, and then I can't tell what the other 2 are. I think one of them is Spell Calling. I'm not sure what the third one is, so just as we kind of zoom that to get a better look. And the last one, you can clearly see there's another name overlaid it. It's just kind of hard to tell with the pictures that were there. That one looks like... yeah, I don't know. I can't quite make it out. The Sabersaurus as well down here as printing over it. It's a common with some rare printing text over it. And that Giant Rex, which we showcased in a previous video, is an error prismatic secret rare from Battles of Legend Light's Revenge that came as an Ultra, and it was one of the misprints, like the Traptrix Mantis that I showed you guys earlier in the video. So this is just another one that is, I mean... 3 baby Cerasauruses, all with different names going through them. That's, yeah, I mean, that's a level of prehistoric proportions that it's pretty hard to top. So I figured that would send us off in today's video. If you guys did enjoy these ones, there are plenty more, so don't worry about that. I know I was a little bit all over the place today. It was kind of hard to approach this video because I didn't really know. Some of them had, like, really solid, like, information about, like, how many there are, offers that there been, and others were lesser, but they were too cool not to feature. So forgive me if I was a bit all over the place, but hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. The Misprint series will continue. Thank you again to everyone who did share their misprints with me to go ahead and post, and I definitely encourage you guys to check out the Instagrams for anyone whose card you liked that had a picture there, because they post some fire stuff, and I obviously couldn't cover it all in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next misprint video right here at Loveshack.